Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to the star ingredient / dish of the week.
I'm so intrigued. So each week, listeners, we have one of us chooses an ingredient and then we talk about it, which we'll talk about it first before Martyn. But Martyn's very excited because he's got something to cook or has cooked or whatever, and it's all hidden down behind his end of the desk and I can't see. And I know, but I stayed at Martyn's house last night and he kept saying, don't look in the fridge and don't look over here. And he's bought some, it's like he's sort of bought just kind of random ingredients. Feels like.
Hey, this is what cooking is all about.
I know. I'm
Exciting.
excited. What's the ingredient?
Well, citrus fruits.
Citrus fruits.
Yeah.
Seasonal.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, seasonal. I was actually going to say at the beginning of the show, we always go, let's talk about seasonal ingredients. Where does a burger from Rustler's come in as our favourite seasonal ingredient?
Well, I suppose they're always in season.
Exactly. This is my point. So yeah, we're going to talk about citrus fruits.
Yes.
Plenty of things it does. I always talk about vinegar and acid in food. That is one of the key things of citrus fruits.
Yes, it feels
brilliant.
like well, of all the citrus fruits.
Just say as well.
Did you say fruits?
Yeah, you skipped over it.
Of all the
all the citrus feet.
of all the and we had a week since the last episode as well, listeners, to get ready. Of all the citrus fruits,
Yeah.
for cooking, certainly cooking savoury dishes, it feels like the lemon is king.
Lemon is king.
Lemon
Yeah.
is king.
And this is where I'm going to get something out straight away, because I do it all the time on my channel where I talk about using a lemon, and a lot of people, if they want the juice, I'm not going to name any Jamie Olivers or anything, but whenever they use the juice, they cut it in half, bosh, juice is done, and then all of that beautiful rind.
I know
and
what you're going to
it's
say
just
because I watched
chucked.
your video
It's just
and
chucked.
I thought that's just so sensible.
Yeah.
And you're going to tell the listeners what I'm talking about.
Well, I'm just like, if you don't need it for the dish, then just take it off and put it in a bag.
Yeah.
Like peel it. So you have these big long shards. Peel it, put it in a bag, stick it in the fridge or the freezer, and it will. You can use it for anything. You can use it for a limoncello. It's been known to be good for.
Yeah.
You can use it for a marinade. You could salt it, and it will turn into almost like what they called preserved lemons.
Yeah.
And then you could just chop that through a couscous. I just think it's so weird that we have
it's
this
absurd.
amazing thing.
And to be honest, I'm horribly guilty of it. I'll squeeze the juice out of a lemon and chuck. Is that all lemon juice?
Right. So.
You're so excited. You're straight into it. I thought we were going to talk about things for longer, but you're just
We've
getting
got
it all
so
out.
much to get through.
Okay.
So this here, there's a bit leaky in there. This juice in here
Yeah.
is the juice of 4 limes using a creative method called super juice. It is absolutely mind-blowing, right?
Explain.
Okay, so I have to get the person's name, but this
I'm just going to say for anyone who's only listening to this that is what, about half a pint of juice from, you say 4 limes.
And I'd say about 300 mils. So there's a cocktail or a bartender called Nickel Morris. This is a long time ago. Created this thing called super juice, which is like I'll say it's a scientific experiment. But basically, what you do is you take the skin of the lime, and then you put it into a bowl, and then you do a percentage of malic and citric acid, and you macerate it. You don't need much.
Yeah.
So the percentages are here. You can have a little read while I'm talking.
Yeah.
And what that does, it macerates, draws out all the essential oils within the peel of the lime. And when you smell it, when you're doing it, you're like, oh my God, this smells like pure lime. You juice the lime, so you use absolutely everything, and then you fill it up with water, and then you just wazz it, and you get that, and you taste that, and tell me it doesn't taste of lime.
And can I just ask a question? So citric acid, I've seen in the shops.
Yeah.
Malic acid.
Just get it from Whole Foods. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And what's malic acid used for other things?
Sour sweets.
Right.
If you look on the back of a packet of
Like a
fruit gums
Tangfastics
or whatever,
something.
yeah.
Smells exactly like. Should I taste it?
Get involved. Honestly, when I did it the first time, it blew my mind. So it only keeps for a couple of days. But if you're going to make...
God, that really is like Tangfastics.
Yeah.
Totally.
But in cocktail bars, they make it all the time. So if you're doing margaritas, they're not going to be like squidging limes to order. They do that. Bosh, in it goes. And it is incredible.
What an ingenious thing and useful too.
Yeah, so
We're going to ceviche. Is that the correct word? Correct word.
So
Correct
we're
word.
going to do some ceviche very quickly.
Martyn puts in so much effort. I'm often put to shame, listeners. And then, I mean, last week I brought in a Rustler's burger, and he's brought in the entire contents of his fridge.
But then we're going to do something as the show carries on, because I'm even more excited about that. So ceviche, what is so that we've obviously got the lime juice,
Yeah.
and we said it is great for adding, a lift, cutting through fattiness, also making things taste, but it also
I mean, cooks in a way, doesn't it? Yeah.
So it will cook.
Am I doing something?
Yeah,
Am I
you
putting-
do that.
God, the whiff of that lovely onion and chili coming off.
Yeah,
it.
so what we're
so
gonna
what
do-
am I going to pour in here?
Just a little bit of lime juice.
About that.
Yeah, lovely.
Yep.
And then we'll just give
So I
that a little
I'm just
muddle.
Going to tell people what's going on here. So we've got a bowl with some sort of flaked raw sea bass, isn't it? Is there anything else in there as well?
No,
or is that just a bit of the sea
that's
bass?
just a bit of sea bass.
And I've poured in probably about 2 tablespoons of the lime juice.
Now, all
I'm
the
just
chefs watching, they're
folding
like,
it over a
doing
little
it in
bit.
a metal bowl because the acid
Should you
will
not?
react, but who gives a crap, not me.
I think it might react to an aluminium one, but not a stainless steel, would it?
Yeah, who knows? Not
Would
me.
it? I don't
Science,
know.
innit? Right, let's leave that for a little bit.
Okay.
And then, so that's going to slowly cook. It'll only take 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, already you can see it getting more opaque on the edges there.
Let's just mix it in. So we're going to do balancing of a dish.
Yeah.
So a little bit of olive oil. So this
Nice
is a
looking olive
nice,
oil.
expensive
You can
citizens,
tell by the colour that
citizens
looks.
oil. Hashtag
So
not
fold that
sponsored.
in a bit as well, yeah.
Fold that in a bit. And then we're going to go with a little bit of super thinly sliced red onion,
Lovely.
because you've got the balance of like the sharp acidity, and then you've got the oil, which is
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
a
yeah.
touch bitter, a little bit
And I guess
spicy.
a sweetness from the onion too.
Yeah, sweetness.
Nice bit of heat from
Nice
a bit of red chili going in
And
there.
then we get everyone's favourite gene.
Oh, the old coriander. I don't like it.
Oh, it hurts me.
Soapy.
So when
That's what I
balancing flavours,
I love coriander.
if something's too acidic and you don't want to add, any sugar,
Yeah.
then salt is a very good one to combat it. So if you're having something like a margarita,
Yeah.
they give you the
Right,
salt rim
hence.
to
Yeah,
pull
yeah,
it all
yeah.
back. So a lovely bit of the old smoky Cornish sea salt, little dribble of that,
Lovely.
and that is a ceviche. Now I used to do this in a restaurant where they used to leave
Is it
over.
ceviche or ceviche?
Oh, who cares?
I don't know. I mean,
No.
I just wondered because I've always said ceviche, but I don't know if it's right.
Desert, it's all
Yeah,
right.
no, exactly. There's so many.
So there we go. We used to do this in a restaurant, and
Yeah.
I learnt the wrong way because they used to do it and they used to leave it for hours. And then what would happen is it would cook the fish, but it would go so like
Mushy?
cloudy and mushy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas when you do it like this, you can eat the fish raw. You're literally just cooking it ever so
Yeah, yeah,
slightly,
yeah.
and it's amazing. Normally,
So
you
we're
serve
eating straight away. Or we're leaving it for a
We're
bit.
going to eat that straight away.
Here's you were talking about margaritas and salt
Yeah.
on the rim.
Oh yeah.
I have a neat little trick that I do with a margarita, and it also adds a bit of sweetness and a bit of bitterness.
Yeah.
too. I often find that when you dip the rim in water to make the salt stick, it often doesn't stick very well with water.
Yeah.
So I paint the edge of the rim with a bit of marmalade. And that works really well because it makes the salt or the tagine or whatever you're going to put on there stick really well. And you get that bitter and sweet flavour from the marmalade, which is delish. That is so delicious. That is so fresh. I mean, that is the word for that is
Yeah.
super fresh, isn't it? It's just like summery and imagine that on a taco.
I love that. And then we used to just do it with like a little nacho cracker, and then
Yeah. That is beautiful. I'm going to go again.
absolutely get stuck in.
That is so good.
So-
and I mean, how unbelievably easy as well.
Yeah, anyone could do that. Just to make sure the fish is really thinly sliced,
Yeah.
so that it cures or pickles or whatever super quick. And then you only don't need to leave it long. You just mix it to order as well. Scallops, monkfish.
I have one more bit. The texture. It's amazing the difference in texture, isn't it? It's got a firmness already.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Good.
What's next?
Yeah. Right. So this bit, I got so excited because I did this ages ago, and I hope you haven't done it because it's really exciting. I have got these things here. Yes.
I don't know
Great.
what's happening.
It's called a camera 12. It's 65. It's called a miracle berry.
Yeah.
Right. So a miracle berry.
It looks like medicine.
Yeah. So stick one of these in your gob. What it does is it alters your.
I feel like I need to get rid of the flavour of the.
It alters your taste buds for only half an hour. So it's a natural ingredient. that's like a natural berry, but this has been turned into pill form. But what it does is it takes away your receptors, so it turns anything that is sour into sweet, and anything from bitter, i.e. Guinness, into something more. I think it's more savoury. Only lasts for half an hour.
I got to eat this now.
Mm.
I'm not going to wake up in a lay-by with my trousers on backwards.
I've done it. It's all right. It wasn't a lay-by. So if you want to try it, it's unbelievable. Don't get too excited. The last time I did this, I ate a whole lemon, and my guts were in bits because obviously you never eat a whole lemon. So,
can I take one of these home?
You can buy them off the internet. Yeah, there's 2 left. So you should be starting to feel like a little bit high, a little bit floaty. Yeah, stick it in the box so you don't get caught. So the best ones to do, I've tested this before. The best ones to do are obviously your lemons and your limes, and then anything that is sharp. So a green apple.
Yeah. And I'm so intrigued.
It's so weird and it's so fun.
And is it immediate?
Yeah.
Is this going to work now?
I hope so. I can't remember how long I left it last time. Honestly, I ate a whole lemon for a video once, and I was just like, this is nuts. There we go. Grab a bit of lemon. Okay. I think you should be able to sort of start feeling it anyway, because you've already eaten that. You can start to taste a bit of sweetness in your mouth.
I'm so intrigued. All right, folks, so I've just taken the berry. I'm now going to eat a bit of lemon. So I just put the lemon in my mouth.
It is so nuts.
That first bite.
Did you crunch it in your mouth?
Yeah.
Did it not taste like lemon meringue pie? I can't taste like any acidity whatsoever.
I don't know if my expectations were raised
too
high. No, it's definitely sweeter. It's almost like on my lips it's more.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you kind of put it on your lips and then it tastes more like sherbet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me something else.
Yeah, let's try apple. You not taste it in your mouth now?
Yeah, I can. It's more. It's like it's building now.
It's building.
Maybe, no, but it's felt I needed to.
We'll go to the main stage in a bit. You'll be all right. It's like toffee apple.
Mm.
You're not.
No, I am.
You're feeling it, mate. I'm on my nut. And then I wanted to try Guinness because I'd never done Guinness. This is meant to taste like chocolate.
It tastes a bit like a Guinness that someone's dropped like a Tia Maria in or something.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
But I think this is like the thing that I wanted to sort of almost talk about, how crazy, taste perception can be, I suppose. You couldn't really taste anything, I could. And that's the ultimate thing about cooking, your palate, how different your palates are and all of that.
Yes, well, a bit like when we were talking, when someone said on the wine list about people seasoning. And then on the socials, so many people were answering that saying, oh, it's outrageous. It really annoys me when people season things. You shouldn't put seasoning on the table. And it was like, no. It's fine to season them. The complaint was when people season them before they've tasted it. That's obviously presumptuous of them kind of going, well, I think it's not going to be salty enough and it might be too salty, in which case you can wreck it. But absolutely, people have got different tolerances and different things going on that they go, oh, that's sweeter or that's sharper or whatever else, or just preferences.
I mean, the thing is, when I did it the first time, I honestly chewed for a lemon, and it was nothing.
Yeah.
My teeth were a bit weird afterwards.
Well, the first bite tasted like when you get an orange and you go, oh, this orange is a bit sharp. So not like super sugar orange, but tasted like orange. Yeah. But just like a slightly.
But I think there was a restaurant in the States that did a whole menu around the use of this berry. They kind of like one of those creative concepts. Let me explain the concept. First, take the berry. So you have to eat it, and then all of a sudden you have this meal, and it sort of like just plays with all of your emotions, because you're like, no, I should be having a sour lemon, and it's tasting like lemon meringue pie.
I suppose that's actually the kind of core of so much sort of fancy gastronomy, so like fat duck stuff, where it's like, oh, it looks like a fruit, but it's actually meat and all that sort of thing.
But yeah, there you go. That was me.
Beautiful
citrus
stuff. That was so much fun as well. And that's my dinner tonight. I'm going to do exactly what you just did there.
Yeah.
I'm so inspired. I'm going to do that on tacos.
And that was just like classic shop bought sea bass. Imagine if you went and did some scallops from Bula Market or something.
Imagine if you caught a sea bass and then did that with it.
Oh, imagine
and
if you could do that fishing.
You could do that on the beach.
That'd be you could do that sitting.
Because you wouldn't have to cook it. You just bring you ingredients.
Bring your super juice. And honestly, try super juice as well. You will have bags of malic and citric acid sitting around for ages, because I did that about 3 years ago, and I've still got about a kilo of each. Because I didn't read the recipe, and I was like, I definitely need a kilo.
Right.
And you need like 20 grams.
I got storage.
Yeah, exactly. But that's where I found those the miracle berries as well. They were in the same pot because I was like, oh,
Yeah.
obviously did this last year.
Brilliant stuff. Talking of citrus, I had, and it was fascinating. I had some soup.
Oh.
All right.
Oh,
That's it. So your go. No.
is this what you-
Huh?
Go on.
Oh no, it's not the soup I was talking about. No,
No.
This is different. But it
Can you
does
tell them
involve
about that soup
oranges.
first, very
Well, I'm
quickly?
not sure if it was soup now.
Well, you said it.
I did,
unless
and I said soup, and now I just remember I did a mackerel and orange
soup.
Well, I thought it was soup, and Nikki, my wife, still remembers it as kind of like, you know, when a recipe doesn't work. Do you know what? It wasn't. I think it was deep fried something.
Well, you said
Anyway,
soup
it was
to me,
mackerel and
that's
orange and
why.
deep fried. Well, I think maybe. Oh, I don't know. Anyway,
Go
I
on,
told you I forgot.
tell me about
what,
this
what
other
it was
soup.
the other week, didn't I? Listeners, the other day, I couldn't remember what it was called. No, I had some soup. There's this brilliant gig up in Sheffield called Cabaret Boom Boom. It's lovely. It's run by sort of ex-street performer, kind of quite sort of carnival-y kind of characters, really interesting, quite boho, and they have a really mad cabaret with crazy music and all sorts, and a really loyal audience, and it's so lovely. Unlike so many stand-up gigs where you go there, you do the gig, you leave, and there's not much community going on. You get there early, you do a little, because there's so many crazy things going on, there's so many sort of props and sketches and things. They like to do a kind of dry run rehearsal of everyone. So you're obliged to get there early, and then they feed you and they make this big soup beforehand, and in the dressing room you got this big pot of soup and mugs and bread, and then after the show you'll go to the main organiser's house, which is just next door to the venue, and you'll have a big curry. It's lovely. Anyway, we had this soup. Sorry,
Still talking about citrus.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I had this soup, and I was going, it was just like this sort of vegetable and lentil soup, real kind of hippie fare. And I was going, this is so delicious. There's something in there I can't place. And the woman who made it, she's a great performer called Madame Zucchini. She does this like vegetable show. Anyway, she said, you've got to guess the ingredient. Couldn't guess the ingredient. Marmalade.
Marmalade?
Marmalade in the soup.
Wow.
And it worked so well.
What kind of marmalade?
Just
like Paddington?
like
Orange?
Yeah, just like regular orange marmalade. It was subtle, but there was something in the, I guess it was the bitterness, the sweetness, but it just married with whatever veg you put in there. Anyway, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to experiment with putting marmalade in soup.
Orange marmalade soup.
Yeah.
I tell you, the other thing is, I learned this from a nutritionist, is if you're having greens, so say for example you're having broccoli or some kale or something, if you put a little bit of lemon juice in there, it releases something called the non-heme ions or something. It breaks down so you get more iron in your diet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it doesn't do anything for the flavour, but just for your
Well, it makes
health.
it go, ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's good for your health as well.
Because I do love that with certain veg like that. Also, I always find with parsley, particularly curly parsley, there's a real ironiness to that.
Yeah.
That just kind of feels robust.
Yeah.
So there we go, folks. That's
There we go.
citrus.